spectacular fashion. Malone has been a thorn in many a coach's side. One statistic that disturbs a coach more than any other is his opponent's offensive rebounds, and that is Malone's specialty. Box out is often a futile cry with Malone lurking near the boards. Malone is so skilled at his craft that defenders often find there's only one way to cope with the powerful rebounder. Don't foul him, grab him, or it's a sure 2 points. Of course, one coach who is glad to see Malone do his thing is Del Harris.
Certainly to have a man like Malone on our team is an advantage to the coach because you always have that ace in the hole, and it's an advantage to the rest of the players because he draws so much defense that our other players don't have to be quite as good an NBA basketball player to be effective because they're only getting about 75% attention on defense oftentimes.
Billy Paltz agrees.
Whether it's Maxwell or a Bird playing myself, and they're also conscious of helping out on Moses Malone, it gives me an opportunity to get some easy shots.
Moses Malone is one of the rare type players that can, he's the Bill Russell, he's the Wilt Chamberlain type that can turn a game around. Watching him operate on the offensive board is really something else.
This Malone three-point play, his 31st point, pulls the Rockets within one with just 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the game.
Get Malone with the first one, just one. Look in the other time to get him first. Jack, look at him first.
4 minutes later, the Rockets cling to a 1-point lead as Malone pulls down his 15th rebound and calls timeout. The Rockets need an insurance basket.
All right, Reed, you're setting the pick here. We got Al and Paul. Al and Paul set this pick here. Malone, you go. If he's wide open, give it to him. If not, curl to the ball side, Malone. To the ball side if you don't get the lob. Break out, get the ball, and try to turn right down to Malone. We want to get the shot in the next 5 seconds if we can.
Once again, the Rockets call on Malone in a critical situation. Flirting with an upset all night, the Celtics have turned the ball over 22 times for 31 Rocket points. Now it all comes down to this. Dunleavy inbounds to Reed. Reed to Allen Level. Level looks for Malone, but the big guy can't get free. Level drives the baseline with a trio of Celtics contesting his shot.
Way to go, Al! All right.
The 12-footer is good, and the biggest score in Allen Level's short professional career gives the Rockets a critical 3-point margin, just 28 seconds from a brand-new playoff.
Not let him have any delay. Let's make him hit it jump.
Everybody listen now. You got to play just good, solid position defense. We're ahead 3. Don't go trapping or taking any silly chances to steal. We want to play position so that if they do score, it's a tough shot over a hand, right? All right, we're in the bonus, so we don't want to foul the shooter. Whatever you do, don't foul the shooter. Hey, we're talking good, solid 30 position defense. You're going to be on the 3-point shooter. But it's position. You're right there. You're not going to let him dribble around you. Don't let Tiny have a quick situation.
With 5 seconds remaining, Tiny Archibald's 17-footer bounces high off the rim, and Houston escapes with a split. This contest was like the race between the tortoise and the hare, and the Rockets' victory is a testament to Coach Harris's gospel of controlled offensive basketball. This is Houston's first win over Boston in 15 tries, and their 8th playoff victory on the road, an NBA record. With what is ridiculously referred to as the home court advantage in this curious 1981 playoffs, the Rockets return to Houston. This futuristic landscape contrasts as sharply with Boston's antique charm as do the Rockets' and Celtics' styles of play. Game 3 is a landmark event in Houston sports history. The Rockets will become the first established pro franchise in Houston to ever host a world championship. The Rockets enjoyed the last laugh in Game 2, and Boston did not take kindly to that humbling experience. Right from the start, Boston makes it clear they do not intend to let Houston embarrass them again. The first half for Houston is a lesson in frustration.
Go him, John! You saw that! He fouled!
At the half, the Rockets can only muster a mere 30 points. Breaks or no breaks, this game is a brawl. Whoever said basketball is not a contact sport? Frustrated by an inspired and aggressive Boston defense, Houston tempers begin to run a little hot. Coach Harris attempts to reverse a deteriorating situation with some constructive criticism.
We have to work our tailings off to get a basket and let them dribble it full court and nobody challenge.
But to no avail as Boston continues to increase its margin. Cedric Maxwell paces the Celtics with 19 points, and this hook shot puts Houston down by 21. The Rockets are snake-bit. They shoot a dismal 24 for 79 from the floor. As Coach Harris would later lament, we missed an awful lot of good shots. Houston had been able to win despite low shooting percentages in the past, but today, even their usually firm grip on game tempo had deserted them. As they say down in Texas, the Rockets couldn't hit a bull's butt with a bass fiddle.
Swing it back around!
With the game-leading 23 points, only Malone was effective offensively. And in the fourth quarter, his teammates couldn't get him the ball.
Swing it, Zach!
The Rockets simply could not get a ball to drop or a call their way. Houston is never in it. After erasing the Celtics' home court advantage in Game 2, the Rockets come up empty, scoring a team season-low 71 points. Not since Syracuse lost to Fort Wayne in the 1955 championship series has any team scored so few points in the finals. Game 4 was played the very next day, and the Rockets' serious demeanor was an indication of the game's importance. Another bad performance would leave Houston with a 3-1 deficit and a long trip back to Boston. As it was, they were already the biggest underdogs to fight for a title since Rocky Balboa. But the Houston fans didn't see it that way. Yet another sellout crowd in the Summit added boisterous support to their hero's grim-faced sense of purpose.
South Carolina, number 10, Mike Dunleavy. And the other guard from Hawaii, number 6, Gerald Henderson. And center from Petersburg, Virginia, number 24, Moses Malone. And forward from St. John's of New York, number 5, Billy Paul.
Dunleavy, Henderson, Malone, Paulson, Reed. These 5 men and swingman Bill Willoughby are the only Rockets Del Harris will play in Game 4.
See, we're getting it over here.